Like that. And again, that's what I mean by the ego. All failed.
We've all failed. So obviously we're all doing something wrong. So check your ego at the door. Nobody is as great as we think we are. So we all have to eat some humble pie and figure out, what the fuck is going on. Yeah. And that's really it. It's really it. What did Darius? What is Darius?
Said after. I love Darius. Darius is Quinton's cousin. He was on the episode. I love Darius. He's so sweet. After going through, Jason. After going through this experience, what is next for you, Quinton, and what can we expect from Janelle? What is next for you, Quinton?
What's next for me is to continue building. I have 2 businesses I'm trying to build on top of, whatever, F-list celebrity, that I have, to be able to exploit and see and really just spread, because I love talking about relationships. I love talking about emotional intelligence and how to move forward and how to better our relationships. So if I can peek into different spaces to talk about that and how to, uplift us, then I'm with that. And that's definitely what I'm going to try to do.
Yay. What can you expect from me? So my collection will, for y'all that follow me, and we're like, for real, other than the show. So, my collection is in Wayfair, Paragold, All Modern. We are preparing to launch in Bed Bath & Beyond. So Bed Bath & Beyond bought Overstock. They're closing their retail stores, but they have bought Overstock, which was actually one of my favorite online home decor destinations. So we will be launching there soon. And then, like I said, I really back into my business coaching. I've kind of taken a break from that. So I will be I'm planning on offering a drop shipping class, because I really want to educate people about drop shipping and that you could absolutely do it. But you need to understand the inner workings of drop shipping. Drop shipping is like, let me put a website up and I'm making $1,000 in a day. It doesn't work like that. But you can do it, and it can be manageable, and you can scale quickly. So that's what's coming down the pipelines for me. Thank you, Darius, for your question.
Oh yeah, if you in Dallas and you need some meal prep or you need a personal trainer, Oh, speaking of personal training, I just want to say, Janelle, you have done a masterful job.
Of what?
At somehow losing weight but hating the gym, not wanting,
I don't hate the gym.
No. This is what they're saying, because of course we never had a conversation about fitness. Apparently, since you didn't want to work out that day.
I didn't want to do yoga.
And I'm talking about the group workout.
I didn't want to do that either. I was made to do that. I did not want to do it. I was on the first day of my period. I didn't want to do no step aerobics. I didn't have no workout clothes. I didn't want to do it. I was tired. My room didn't have air conditioning. I was over it. And they at first was like, oh, you don't have to do it. And then they were like, please, can you do it? You'll be the only one not doing it. I'm like, I don't care. But like, newsflash, fat or skinny. Okay? The face card does not, nor will ever, decline. I've been pulling niggas with the same body for years. I do not have to lose weight. I don't. Obviously not. Quinton like it. Obviously not. So for the girls who are over here with all of their enhancements and shooting themselves up every which way with Botox and booty, that's on you. I don't have to do that because I don't have to walk around with a filter. So
put the Glock away. Put the Glock.
Since I don't have to walk around with a filter, I can be big or small. That's how that goes.
Put the Glock up.
Okay,
put the
tell
Glock.
me stop. I'm gonna just like what?
but I also think what I didn't appreciate was people being so small-minded as far as having somebody who is a personal trainer and assuming that you weren't into fitness because you didn't participate in the group workout or whatever, and not thinking, oh, well, these two people can still be in a relationship. These two people can still have a
Yeah,
connection. That's
without that, it's
mind-boggling.
like we don't have to connect. I mean, that wasn't really a thing that we talked about, but like we don't have to connect on every single thing.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
it's
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
the
why are y'all so hung up on the fitness thing?
but
Like, I don't have
they
to.
but everybody love a fitness couple. Everybody everybody want a fitness couple.
put, put the Glock away. Put the Glock away.
Do they? They love a fitness couple. They ain't getting one. They ain't gonna see one. I'm gonna not be a fitness couple just for that. Y'all ain't gonna listen. Y'all better sign up for these classes with Quinton and get your meal prep. You ain't gonna never see me around there because y'all ain't getting no fitness couple. Okay? Because y'all ain't getting one. Ain't one to be had.
Oh my God.
It's the diction. It's very stressful.
How you feel about the reunion about to be aired?
Reading, writing, arithmetic.
Yeah.
It's just like at this point, it don't even matter.
Wait, I have a question because this is also a narrative. Why do people think that I wasn't allowed to talk to any of the other girls?
Let's clear it up.
Were,
Let's clear.
were you controlling me? Were you not allowing me to talk to any other?
Okay. Let's clear it up. First of all, let me say this. You want me to put the see?
Don't pull the Glock out. Don't pull the Glock out.
You want me like let me say this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it looks like when a man respects you. Period. I think that even to this day, Quinton and I we were at the community day, and I'm talking to Quinton. One of my previous connections walks up and tries to pull me away, and I'm like, we're talking. I was like, stop, we're talking. Like, this is what it looks like to have respect for one another, where we can still honor the process, but we have respect from one another. And I understand that certain women are not used to experiencing a man respecting their relationship. And what that means is, and relationship means whatever our relationship is, however we've decided to define it. It's like you put your own boundaries in place where I don't feel like you were not talking to nobody. I know you were talking to people, but it's just like they are trying to justify why you weren't talking to them because they wanted you, even though they don't want to be honest about that. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, yo, this is what it looks like when your man or your connection doesn't want to jeopardize what y'all got going on. And it's not disrespecting you by being like, let me be a little bit more conscious of how I conduct myself so no one is offended. Yeah. So you're not offended, so that you don't think I'm trying to lead you on, and so that she's not offended, so she knows that like we're respecting the process, but I'm still, expressing boundaries. And I get that a lot of these women are not used to men showing them respect in the dynamics of whatever relationship they have. You used to niggas having kids on you. I can't relate. So You used to being with a nigga for 7 years and he don't wife you. That you're used to that. I I've never had a man not respect our relationship.
I think for the process for me, it was once I found my connections, y'all are all who I talked to.
Right.
And then once it got to the house, it was like, okay, cool. And what also people don't know is I didn't meet Kat until the hoedown. Or no, the pickleball date.
Right.
And then the next time I saw her was the hoedown, and at the hoedown, you gave me a gift and Lee gave me a gift. So if my top two connections are being thoughtful in this, why would I be like, oh well, let me add another connection to this? That doesn't make sense to me. And no slight to Kat, but she couldn't overtake you and Lee. So
that's what I said about Christopher, because Christopher kept being like, well, give me a chance. I'm like, I said, listen, at this point, you have to have something that knocks somebody out their spot, because we're all overwhelmed with the connections that we have.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have something that knocks someone out their spot, because the bandwidth that we're dealing with right now is limited. Yeah. We're already pushed to the limit. Right. So if you don't have something that knocks somebody out their spot, then that's what it is. Yeah. And I don't understand why that's not okay, for the life of me. I don't understand why that is not okay. I don't understand why it's not okay for somebody to be like, yeah, I got connections, I'm good. But instead it was like, put me in the group chat. It's weird. I can't relate. Like, be open to me. Ew, that's weird. Ew, I can't relate. I've never told a man to give me a chance. That's shocking. It's shocking.
Yeah.
And on national TV, it's shocking. It's shocking. But again, when you're used to a certain scenario, these things are, this is like second nature.
Everybody had to swallow.
So let's clear it up, because I don't feel like, we don't know what's going to happen with the reunion. It does come up on the reunion. We don't know what's going to play.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you when we were at the reunion. Why did you not? And see, you and Marie do this thing where, and I feel like men in general, y'all don't want to hurt women's feelings. So sometimes,
I'm nice.
So sometimes y'all are not as direct and concise as you need to be, because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And sometimes it needs to be like, yo, da 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 da. But listen, I'm gonna answer however you want. Let's put it out there, because they're gonna put this to the Facebook groups and things like that.
It's being recorded.
They have nothing else to do. Not leave us out. No, Marie, you too. You do the same thing. The way y'all threw around this word gorgeous was shocking to me. The word was just being tossed around. Gorgeous. What? Anyway, so it's like, wow. Okay. He's just being nice. He's just being nice. And see, the problem is, when you're just nice, people don't get it. People think like, oh, he called me gorgeous. He doesn't. He doesn't like you.
What's the question?
He doesn't like you. He doesn't. Why did you not talk to Lee in the house?
Because I had a stronger connection with you, and we gravitated towards one another. So it was.
Were you allowed to talk to Lee and or
anybody
else who really wanted to vie for your attention, since they didn't have a connection and were going to be going home soon?
I could have talked to anybody I wanted to.
Why didn't you talk to them?
Because I was talking to the person I wanted to.
Got it. I don't know what else we should ask. Do you feel like I ever kept you from your connection with Lee?
No. You actually were more forward about me talking to Lee, especially when Herbert was there, because you just was like, no, like, go talk to her. He can do whatever he wants. Like, I was always more honest about my connection with you and Lee the entire time. I never shied away from
Right.
the conversations with you about how I felt about Lee or with the other guys or anything. I never played that.
Yeah.
I was always honest. And so when it came down to the house, people got to realize, like, everything that I said on the show was, hey, I want to give 100%. I don't like to give 50. I don't like to give 75. If I'm gonna give 100 or I'm gonna give 0. And so when we got in the house, I gave 100, and unfortunately I gave 0. So it wasn't, to me that would have been more fake to be all up under you and then hours later be all up under Lee and then be all up under you, because that's to me that's fake. I'm faking the funk, because who do I really have a connection with? Oh, but if I just spend all my time with one, it's, oh, you're not allowed with your other, not, oh my God, he really has a connection with Janelle.
Or, oh my God, you're trying to connect with other people in the house. So
yeah, I don't know. And it was no slight. It's, again, it's no, I'm always gonna say it. It's no slight to Lee, but it was the thing about our connection. What made it for me was everybody was forced.
yeah.
Everybody was like, hey, sit at a table. Hey, okay, y'all have these conversations. Hey, y'all be here. Woo, woo, woo. We came in, hey, y'all have drinks. We just happened to sit on the couch together, and we just started laughing, talking, having fun. And then we weren't put on dates. So all of our conversations were through the phone, FaceTime, text. And it was like, it was all this buildup. And then we had a fun date the first time we seen each other. And then it was like, yo, like, this is, the anticipation is rising right now. Well, I need a date. You know? And then once we got the date, that first date was crazy.
Right.
That first date was insane. So my thing is I don't think they wanted to paint you in that light as far as being desirable. I don't know why, but I don't know. I honestly think our connection on the show was the most genuine and definitely the longest connection of the whole show. So I don't understand people not believing in our connection. That's been the one for me. That's really been the one for me.
Woo! It's tricky out here. It's real tricky. Maureen, what you talking about? Tell them about the gun line, boss. What's that?
From life. Tell them about the gun line, boss. Tell them about the gun line.
Zadia said because it doesn't align with me being the villain.
And honestly,
you know what's so funny is, like, and I talked to you about this during the process. I was like, what's their plan?
Right.
Like, what is production's plan? Because clearly we about to end this show together. So why would you go to such lengths to paint me as a villain when you see that I'm about to end this show? But I guess maybe it was because they were trying to have you pick someone else.
They were trying. They definitely were trying. It's some more shit.
Not the head scratch.
It's some more shit. Because what they don't show is me and Lee were already okay with us going separate ways after the house. We had a conversation. We had a conversation. We were good with going separate ways. It's
Woo!
never been bad blood between me and Lee, even though I'm blocked on Twitter. Don't know why, but we were okay with going separate ways. We had a conversation. We were all good. Production is the one who was like, "Hey, can Lee meet your cousin because the story is not ended, and we need a way to end this story." Okay, fine. And then, hey, we're gonna put y'all. We're gonna
hold on, thinking that the cousin was gonna like her. That's what they thought. They think because I had conflict with these women that nobody else likes me. Like, they thought that your cousin was going to like her. Was not say like, because I know that he likes her, but would choose her for you.
Yeah.
And then that would have been like, well, see, your cousin did it.
Yeah. No, but my cousin knows me, so
well,
he's.
There's that.
Yeah. So I mean, and honestly, people viewing the show will never know, like, oh, well, they made them go on this date, so they made Lee meet, his cousin, and they made us go on the last date, and even on the batting date, we were having conversations that were like separate. We're like, oh yeah, it's okay, and they're like, wait, don't talk about that. We need you guys to show that there's still hope. And so one of the last scenes, as far as like, hey, I still have a connection, I still want to make a decision, that was them telling me like, oh, hey, don't end that conversation like that, make it seem like y'all are still trying to choose each other and whatnot. But we had already been okay. I knew Lee was leaving. I think I text you or I text somebody. I was like, yo, Lee about to slide.
Not slide. I think it's so funny when you say that.
I knew she was gone. That was one of the only times I would say I acted on the show is when we got back in the men's lounge.
When you were
Tommy was like
really?
I knew she was gone. I knew she was leaving. Like, y'all think they really just gave us that news when we were at the men's lounge? I knew she was gone. Do you think Chris' comment would have smoothed out or better with Janelle?
Do you think Chris' comment would have smoothed over better with Jessica had he just said he was the one that had said combative with her and not called her combative verbatim?
It would have showed a lot more about his character. I would say that. I don't know how the situation would have gone from there, but I think character-wise, it would have showed a lot for him to, especially in that moment when we were sitting there and we were trying to figure it out. Because honestly, I didn't remember. So if he would have came and said, "Nah, that was I said that. I remember saying that. I apologize." That would have been very commendable.
I think, again, the cast is like, people ain't honest. And I think however we experience one another is fair. Like, you get to, however you feel after you have an interaction with me, that's your experience. For me, the issue was we asked you and you said no, that you didn't say that. The question on the table is, why did you just not say, yeah, I feel like you're combative. That's how I experience you. Oh, well, like, it's fine. Because I was called a bitch in front of the entire cast, and that was okay.
But they focused on you saying.
But they focused on me saying something off camera, out of scene. I'm like, literally, I'm like, do y'all just fast forward to my parts? I mean, I fast forward to my parts too when I watch it because everybody else is boring. But I'm like, this girl called me a bitch in front of the entire cast. I say ugly bitches. Don't get mad because I put an adjective in front of mine. But I say it to you, and I'm not even calling them that. I'm just like using it as a term. Like, what am I supposed to do? Anyway, my issue was, and it wasn't even my issue because I am so tired of taking up for motherfuckers who don't take up for me. So my issue was, like, if you said it, stand on that shit and tell her why you said it, because you get to feel that way. If that is how you feel, and if that is how you experience that person, then everybody is entitled to their experience.
Right.
But don't lie and say, and basically try to say because by him lying, he was basically saying that one of y'all said it.
Yeah.
Basically, which is unfair. Yeah. So if you said it, stand on that shit. I felt like he could have been like, yo, I felt like that. Can we have a conversation? Because we really haven't had a proper ending to our situation.
Thanks.
And like just have an adult conversation. Instead, it was this ridiculous back and forth and all of that. So I think he should have been like, yeah, I said it. That's how I experienced you, and moved on. But he didn't for whatever reason. And I get it. Like that was an intense moment where, you know, he had to say it in front of everybody. Brittany. So yeah, there's that.
And I don't know how he feels now. I think somebody said he apologized, you know, on the live or whatever like that, or I don't know if he and Jessica ever spoke about it, but
so I don't care about them.
Anyway. That's a character building moment. Hopefully, you know, he has. But I mean, granted, it was a tough moment, but what is he? He's 38, 37. So I mean, we gotta be able to withstand those moments.
I'm just gonna put this up here because your cousin said it. Quinton, stop playing.
I'm not. Man. I'm not. I am not. Lee was great. Lee was great. She was a very, very sweet person. We had an amazing connection on the show. Unfortunately, I was not for her. She was not for me.
It don't say she's not sweet. It don't say y'all ain't got no connection. It say she was boring and don't have no personality. Let me see. How do you feel? I'm trying to put the Glock away because there's so much that I could say. Somebody just asked a very interesting question. But I'm trying not to. I can't put the question up, but there it is. Is it true that there were alliances? Woo-hoo-hoo. Quinton?
There are no alliances. There
are alliances, Quinton. There are alliances. There's alliances.
The cast is pretty much split in two. Except for Herbert. I think Herbert is like the main bridge between everybody.
Herbert ain't no bridge over here. Herbert has made his choice. Herbert has made his calling and election sure. Bridge your ass on.
I think it started to. I mean, granted, I think it started to divide once the argument started, but I think the guys have tried to do their best. The only problem I had with the guys was with Chris. That was the only problem I had, and so we still have to have a conversation about that. But yeah, as far as all the immaturity stuff and the stuff being said about Phil and even Kira, I don't have no bad blood with Kira. The white girl stuff was out of hand, obviously. I mean, ain't no bad blood between me and her. I think the only person I can 100% say I do not fuck with and really don't give a fuck is Aquila. That's about that. That's about the only one that I really don't care. Cause yeah, there's no.
Yeah, I don't fuck with none of them. So, just Morier, Quinton, Sierra, I'm good. Good question though. So there were alliances, and honestly, the alliance was more like you just build, like you're building friendships, honestly, and you know, but you should probably ask the people that knew each other before this show, who had then decided to have like a fake connection so they could stay on? Because that'd probably be a good question for them. I'm just saying.
What other questions we got?
Oh, this is a good question. Brittany asked, if the roles were reversed on the show and you were a producer instead, what would you have changed and why?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I would have sent Habibi home simply for his conduct. No, simply for his conduct. Yeah. And Marvin should have never been casted because of his lifestyle. I think that's just too big of a feat for a show that's supposed to be about monogamy. I just think that's just too big of a feat for that. I think they should have either brought Lee in as a wild card,
yeah,
or
I
should have brought Kira in as a wild card.
I think Lee as a wild card would have probably been the best.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of Kira as a wild card because I feel like Kira is like very flirty and like, you know, I think men like that, and so I think that if she had to come in later, some of the things that she had said to already offend people, she wouldn't have had time to say, and she could have just really been her flirty self, and I think it would have. And she's a cute girl, so I think it could have just gone. She could have gone farther. So it should have been her or Lee as the wild card.
I think Lee should have been the wild card, and I honestly think though, with Kat and Kira being, I don't think Kat is as up as Kira, but Kat definitely has more of a up personality. I think they would have been really fighting for connections. I think that they would have been fighting for each other's connections. What else? I would have
put, like I said this earlier, I think they should have put Brandon as our wild card.
Talking about with the divorces and kids.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have had time to like tell it. It wouldn't have been able to go around as quickly.
Yeah, no.
And Brandon has a nice personality. He's very like, he's cool.
I never talked to bruh that night. I never talked to him, so he was gone. I was like, damn, what the fuck? What happened? And they were like, I was like, damn.
Yeah. And then I just really felt like, you know, I don't know where you guys are joining. Like, we didn't get to pick our dates, and I feel like I only went on 4 dates. Again, some of these girls were passed around to all 10 men.
My only solo dates were you and Lee.
That's crazy.
The only other solo date I went on was
your bubble date.
Elimination date with Jess.
Yeah.
I only went on solo dates with you and Lee.
Yeah.
And they showed the first date with me and Lee, which was like great, and then showed nothing else.
Yeah.
And so it really just made it seem like, oh, why are they even still connected? So when I say, oh yeah, me and Lee have this great connection, niggas is like, what? Where? So yeah, I don't understand that one.
How did you get it? Give me some tea for the reunion.
Who fine? Talking about me?
No, she ain't talking about you. She's talking about Brandon. You fine, boo. You fine. She's talking about Brandon. You fine, boo. She's talking about Brandon. Don't get Zadia, you ain't gotta double down on it.
It's all right.
Give us some. There ain't no tea for the reunion.
What up? There go, what's your name? There go Chris right there.
Chris who?
Christopher.
Whatever.
Chris, I think I saw you in the gym the other day. I didn't know that was you though.
I guess they telling each other to come on over here, you know. Guess the word is out. I'm sure there'll be some ridiculous Twitter responses within the hour or tomorrow or whatnot.
Put the Glock away.
Try. Don't come from my boo's pasta. His pasta was banging, Brittany. Okay. It was literally so good.
Hey,
I'm
them
not.
wings was hit.
No
I
ring.
ain't gonna hold you.
The wings was good. There's no tea from the reunion. Honestly.
Yeah.
Also, it's a blur.
A piece of it already.
Yeah.
Got the.
It's a blur. There's no spoilers. Really, everything is just pretty much what it is. Folks lying. Yeah, I mean, more of what you've seen all season. Folks lying. People trying to act gully like they want to fight. They don't. Gully. You know, people being in the back in the peanut gallery saying slick shit under your breath, but then when you get back there, they don't have nothing to say. It's more or nothing. I'm really surprised that they're going to do 2 parts because I really don't feel like there's enough content there. But
half the stuff that they promoting this week, they're not even going to show.
Right. Yeah.
Because they just tried to put the fight in between one of the segments.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, that definitely happened before anything.
Right.
So, yeah.
Since this person wants to be famous, I'm gonna answer this person. Love Urban, who looks like she's half dressed in her profile picture. Janelle, how can you come and say that you are a Christian woman or woman of God, and every chance you get, you acted a complete fool? You make Christians look bad. Thank you for your commentary. Quinton, don't get out of this. Don't get out of this. Don't get out of frame. This is also another reason why I wanted to do this live, just so that like the haters and the people who trigger themselves by coming on my page all the time, I can see them and put them out their misery and block them, since they don't have the emotional intelligence to do it themselves. My heart breaks for you that you don't serve a God who allows you to be fully human. My heart breaks for you that somewhere in your Christian walk, somebody told you that you had to be their standard of perfect and their standard of not making mistakes and their standard of stagnant growth. My heart breaks for you. Here's what I know about my God, that he planned for every misstep, and that even in his correction of me, because you don't get to correct me, my God gets to correct me. And the difference between when I dishonor myself and do things that dishonor who I say I want to be, not who you think I should be, I know that God still will use that. So just like Paul and Saul, the same zealousness that Saul had when he was persecuting Christians is the same tenacity that he took over when he became Paul, when he became Paul and was the pillar of spreading the gospel and being at the helm of the church. So being a Christian, unfortunately, is not a monolithic experience. So whereas you see me act a complete fool, my God sees me as the person that he uniquely and marvelously created. And he says, that's part of her I still have to work on, but that's the part of her that actually makes her an incredible businesswoman. That's the part of her that allows her to touch women and help them launch their businesses. That's the part of her that allows her to be incredibly caring. That's the part of her that allows her to speak up for people. That's the part of her that allows her to be uniquely and authentically her in a world where people feel like they can't be their full and complete selves. as a woman, as a human being, I get to have a full human experience and response. And sometimes I get it right, and sometimes I get it wrong. But on both days, I am chosen, and I am a daughter of the Most High God, and no good thing will be kept from me. So, Love Urban, I pray that you can bow yourself to God and allow him to continue to work on you so that you don't feel like you have to be perfect or morph into what people feel like you should do in a scenario that they know nothing about. Be blessed. Moving on. Continue to enjoy the show. Some of these questions. Wait, what? Have you heard this, Quinton?
What?
The men said you were wanting to pay most the bills. Is that the case? Are you willing to support a man?
Huh?
What? One of these monkeys said that?
Wait. Put the question up so I can see.
You can't see it? I put it up.
I still got to give us some tea from the end.
Oh, okay. It'll probably come up in a second. It says the men said you were wanting to pay most the bills. Is that the case? Are you willing to? What? Girl, I ain't never heard that before. That's breaking news to me. I don't know nothing about that. I ain't paying nobody.
I don't know nothing about that.
I ain't never heard that before. I ain't paying nobody's bills. I don't pay other people's bills. I don't take care of grown people.
I never heard nothing like that.
I got like my own grown lady bills over here. Let me see. Okay, already answered that question. I don't know what that means. Ain't no tea. Okay. Quinton, you up late. You hanging in.
I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, so I'm packing because niggas wait till the last minute to pack. So.
Okay.
But definitely about.
I know. Yeah, I refuse to be anybody's version. Like, I'm not being y'all's version of me. Like, I don't have to be that. I don't care what you think I should be doing, how I think that's crazy and so incredibly unfair. Ooh, this is a good question. I don't know if you're gonna see it. Did you ever feel the urge to walk away at any point during filming? Yes.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is like nothing y'all can ever imagine.
100%.
Nothing you can ever imagine. Nothing you can ever imagine. Absolutely. In tears. Like, just overwhelmed and frustrated, and you have no control, and it's just a lot. So absolutely had the urge to walk away at any point, but I'm not a quitter. I'm a winner.
And just to clear, at least for me, it's like it wasn't anything with the cast like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything with the cast. It was all production stuff, and for me, it was like life stuff. So that was the only reason why I was like, man, I'm really thinking about like sliding away from this process.
Yeah, it's just a lot. it's just a lot. And then you have like your regular life, your film life. It's a lot. And it wears on you. And what's interesting about this process, you don't have any recovery time. There's no recovery time. Like you're on the wheel. And so it gets overwhelming, and it just becomes a lot. So yes, I certainly wanted to walk away.
You got another question before I get out of here?
Let me see. I don't know why they question. Someone said, I don't know why they question y'all's connection. Y'all clearly enjoy each other's company.
Clearly.
But if it's the narrative, it makes the people who were less fortunate in the process feel better. You know. Let me see. Oh, we can end it on this because it's my bedtime as well. Will you be doing interviews once the reunion ends?
I will. I plan to do at least one. But yes, I will. I will be doing some interviews.
Yeah. You know, I don't believe so. I honestly, I'm trying to edit myself because I feel like people are just going to take sound bites of what I say and twist it and turn it because, you know, we want to keep the narrative going. I don't think I will because it doesn't benefit me. I feel like people think what they want to think. I don't have anything to prove. It is like, at this point, it is what it is. Like, at this point, it's just like my word against somebody else's.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are committed to believing what they want to believe. And that's fine and that's fair. I have no desire to change anybody's mind. That is not my ministry. That is not what, like, if I'm mean, Godspeed. If I ain't let Quinton talk to nobody, you right, girl. Blame it on me. Say it's my fault as long as it's over. Chrisette Michelle style. Like, I don't. And what will happen, because everybody has done interviews and their interviews have just been about me. So I don't know why I would then do an interview to then give them another 15 minutes to talk about me, because all it's going to be is a back and forth. And I'm sure even with this live, it'll be a back and forth, but I just have other things to do. So I just don't feel like it benefits anyone. And at the end of the day, this was for entertainment. And one thing that I said to Jessica, mainly when the combative comment came out and we were in her room, I said, you know, when we signed up to do this, we had to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
And we have to trust God to cover the fallout. So I don't have a desire to talk to someone who has no journalistic integrity, who is already biased, and who's already been talking about me for the last 14 weeks every week. What's shocking to me is, like, people think that I'm going to come on their platform after you've talked about me.
Yeah, I saw somebody reached out to me
weeks.
today, and I don't even watch all the interviews, but I definitely caught one and saw a narrative that they were pushing, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably never gonna come on your platform, and because why would I come on a platform you've been talking about me? But I think my position is, one, it's funny because every time I see my name on Twitter, I just retweet it. And so somebody was like, why is Quinton continuously reposting us, like dragging him? Because I don't care. I don't care. it doesn't bother me. But also too is like I definitely want to show and this may just be my position in relationships and emotional intelligence, but like I definitely want to show the benefits from being on the show and the effects that it had on me relationship wise before and after. So I'm not finna play into the questions that they same way dodging producer questions trying to get us to say certain shit. Like I'm media trained. I'm not finna play into those to the back and forth questions and wanting to no, I'm not. So if anybody is watching and wants to interview me and they think they about to get some juicy ass, messy ass answers, I'm not it.
But you know what the real thing is?
I'm the nice guy.
The real tea is I'm doing everybody a solid by not doing interviews. Like, the clip is heavy. The nines weigh more when they wet. Like, the clip's so heavy. I'm doing everybody a solid by not doing an interview. Because it's like, y'all have no idea. Every last one of them. No idea. And I've just been holding it. So I'm just like,
continue to keep the Glock tucked. Just continue to keep the Glock tucked. Okay. Just keep it tucked.
The nines weigh more when they wet. Like, I'm doing you a solid by not exposing the dog shit out of you.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
But I'm the mean girl. Like,
Don't do that.
And I'll be that. Buy the sweatshirt. We still got some left. I'm doing everybody a solid because I just don't care that much. And I feel like everybody's already benefited from running my name. So, like, why would I continue letting you, like, it's over. Once it's done, I'm going to you got to cut the snake off at the head. The only way it dies is if I kill it. So once these 2 little episodes is finished.
Thank God. Thank God.
Okay, once these 2 little episodes is finished, everybody can go back to their mediocre lives, and we can all move on for a minute because I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna let it breathe. We're just gonna live happily ever after. My side of the story is I'm happy AF.
So am I. I literally been happy as fuck. I literally been happy as fuck, man. That's another reason why I haven't really been going back and forth with anybody, like in YouTube comments on certain video, going back and forth with random people. Like, live your life. Live your life. Live your life. Find whatever you could have learned from the show and apply it to dating, because honestly, if dating should be so much easier now because you have a blueprint.
Yeah.
You have a blueprint on how to go about it. And so in my mind, I'm like, bro, like I've been living, working, and I'm happy. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. So I couldn't. That's why I'm not bothered by these comments. Like, what? These random ass people that I don't know.
That you don't know. Who don't know you.
Who don't know me. That's the gag, is that y'all are going back and forth with people that don't know you because you're worried about a narrative that you're never going to hear in person anyway. Because your friends don't think that about you. And if they do, you probably need to pick some new friends or look in the mirror. But that the narrative that people are painting about you are not real. So why why going back and forth with somebody about something stupid?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Y'all. Everyone is better than that, man. Everyone is better than that. Everyone is better than that. Well, except for Tequila. All right. Y'all, good night. I'll talk to you later. Good night.
Good night. Okay, guys. All right. So I hear we're now in the Facebook group. I'm like, it's weird. But I'm gonna just take these real quick questions about things I actually care about. Let's see. Y'all are so funny. I guess y'all can see these comments too, because like people are liking them. I mean the questions. Not to their advantage. Yeah. Can you guys? I thought that gentleman said they did not align with the comment. I don't want to talk about that silly ass comment no more. It's stupid. Okay. I'm trying to look at y'all's questions. Y'all always ask me to go live. I don't be having time, and I try to get in the habit where I'm not explaining myself because I answer to no one but the Most High God. So that's why I don't go live. And it's funny, Morier and I were talking the other day, and we were like, man, we should have gone live like this whole time, like gone after the show. But we were just everybody was just trying to protect their peace, protect their sanity. When the show is over, I do want to commit to going live more because, again, I'm passionate about women in business. I'm passionate about entrepreneurship. I want to share my knowledge with you guys. That's my heart, helping people create the lives for themselves that they want, helping people build confidence in what they want, what they say they want, tapping into their purpose. Like, that's who I am, and I want to do more of that. But I really felt like the show is a little bit of the distraction. And since y'all believe Christians can only behave one way, I didn't want, my coaching and things to be a distraction while I was on the show. And then also I needed to have the bandwidth to watch this show too. Like, again, we watch it with you. So, I'm reacting right when you react, and I need to like download and decompress after an episode, just like other people. So I always, even before the show, I was like, oh, I'm going to go live more. But sometimes I just wait until I feel like going live, when I really feel like I have something to say, instead of just like going live, talking aimlessly. But tonight, of course, was simply impromptu. I'm really surprised Quinton even got on here. Let me see. Are you? Quinton is not Kang Gang. Quinton is a Q. I thought Kang Gang was a Kappa. Some of these. Oh, okay, so I got my makeup done 3 times during the show. I got my makeup done for the mixer, and I hated it. I hated my makeup every single time I got it done. Hated it. I need a makeup artist in Dallas because I can do my makeup pretty well, and I don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't wear heavy eyeshadow. I don't wear all of that. I have lash extensions, so I don't need a lot of makeup. Like even right now, all I have on is a bronzer, and I put a little something in my corners right here, and I have some concealer on. I hated my makeup when people did my makeup. People like to put a lot of makeup on me. My face does not need a lot of makeup. I don't like a lot of eyeshadow. I don't like no heavy liner. Like that doesn't look good for my face. And I could not find a makeup artist during this time. And then it was hard to schedule makeup because we would not get our call times until sometimes midnight for the next day. And so you can't schedule a makeup artist with that last, with not having advance notice. So every other time I did my own makeup. So I got my makeup done for my first interview, which they didn't even air. They actually I did like a pickup interview where I did my own makeup. So I did it for the Mansion Mixer and I did it for the reunion. Really didn't like it for the reunion either, but I made it work. So if you guys know a really good makeup artist who like you do not have to, I don't need all of so someone who can take direction and who can do like clean beauty makeup, not like heavy eyeshadow. Like I don't have to. Please let me know, because I definitely need to have a makeup artist on retainer that I can use when I have events or when I just want, like, sometimes you just want like a professional look. And I have nobody and then again, logistically, you couldn't always do it. But thank you. Makeup is false. Let's see. Are you guys from Dallas? I'm not from Dallas, and Quinton is not from Dallas. Quinton is from Miami. I'm originally from Ohio, but I went to high school in Dallas, and then I moved away, and then I moved back in 2020. Let's see. We can't answer that question because he's gone. Red implied that you and him had a connection. Is that true? It was. I liked Red. But I liked Red. But the process processed. That's what it is. But I did like Red. They never gave Red and I a one-on-one. We just had the group date, and then on our group date they played just a little bit of it. I don't know who Red had one-on-one dates with. I think he had a date with Kier, but then he was having like what we call bubble dates, where they tell you like, oh, you're still ready to love. So I don't know, but yes, we did have a connection. I liked Red. Hey, Deidre. You're very secure in who you were. Do you think that people were intimidated by that, whether that was the cast or production? People don't like when you use words like intimidated. I think that if you are a person who doesn't know who you are, then you're gonna have a struggle with me. Because I know who I am, and I'm unapologetically me, and I don't back down. I also have a standard that I don't fold on. For example, when we were at the hoedown, I had to use the bathroom, and I was on my menstrual, TMI, but I was on my menstrual, and I was like, hey, where are the bathrooms? Because we were on an outdoor ranch, and one of the producers was like, oh, there's porta potties. And I said, I've never used a porta potty in my life. Today will not be that day. And so they escorted me in the house, and I used the bathroom. Now, some of the other girls use porta potties. Now, they may not have a problem with that, but I do. And I am not a go along to get along type of girl. I don't, that's not me. So I don't, I don't, I don't move the needle on my standards. And so if you are unsure about your identity, if you're unsure about speaking up for yourself, if you don't like to be challenged, then I am a person who's going to be a problem for you, because I'm very direct and I don't back down. And I believe that you can have conflict without altercation. Like, we can disagree, and we can have a healthy disagreement. And the point of the disagreement isn't always to agree. The point of the disagreement is to sometimes just gain clarity. And so if you want to have a dialogue with me simply to get your point across and make me say that you're right, that you ain't gonna get that from me, from anybody. I'm also a person, I don't bow down. I don't care. I don't work for Lightheart. I don't work for the network. I don't have to obey. That's why production didn't like me, because I don't go along